Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Chevin Erlia Damayanti. Here we will explain about the audiolingual methods. Number 1. Introduction. According to research by linguistics, show that there is no one best method for everyone in all contexts, and that no one teaching methods is inherently superior to another and is not always appropriate. An aspiring professional language teacher always adopts a principle eclectic approach, deciding on the most suitable technique and applying the most appropriate methodology for the learning specific goals, learning style, and context. Number 2. The best teaching method for learning English. English teaching method have developed rapidly. As a language coach or teacher, it is important to understand the various methods and techniques so that you can navigate the choice educate and increase the fun or learning a language. Each teaching method is based on a specific goal. Each method has a different focus. The more general methods has a link to a separate text with more details and an explanation of how it works, including the most common methods currently used.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from group 3. We'll explain about audio-lingual method. According to academic research, linguistics have demonstrated that there is not one single best method for everyone in all contexts, and that no one teaching method is inherently superior to the others. Also, it is not always possible or appropriate to apply the same methodology to all learners who have different objectives, environment, and learning needs. An experienced professional language teaching always adopt the principle eclectic approach, deciding on the most suitable techniques and applying the most appropriate methodology for that learner's specific objectives, learning style, and context. Point 1. Best teaching method for learning English. Methods of teaching English have developed rapidly, especially in the previous 40 years. As a language learner, training manager, or teacher, it is important to understand the various methods and techniques so that you are able to navigate the market, make educated choice, and boost your enjoyment of learning a language. Each teaching method is based on a particular vision of understanding the language or the learning process, often using specific technique and materials used in a set sequence. Each method has in different focus on priority. So let's look at what this means in practical terms in the classroom. Most common method currently used communicative language teaching.
Definition and characteristic audiolingual method. The audiolingual method, like the direct method, is also an oral approach. The audiolingual method drills students in the use of grammatical sentence patterns. They added that it was thought that the way to acquire the sentence pattern of the target language was through conditioning, helping learners to respond correctly to stimuli through shaping and reinforcement. Thus, the audiolingual method refers to the method that it is compressed on the chain drill to mastery the target language by memorizing and repeat, and the wrongness of speaking is avoided. In audiolingual activities are presented not only in drilling short patterns, but also in varieties of dialogues which students have to listen to, repeat, and memorize. Dialogue provides for students the structure and idea of how to use some types of patterns in some sort of situation. Usually, dialogue's illustration social culture situation of a target language, such as greeting, opinion exchange, likes or dislikes, standard safe topics like weather or hobbies that help students to memorize which utterance is suitable for each situation. By repeating and memorizing whole dialogue or some specific parts of it, learners should emphasize on proper pronunciation, intonation, stress, and rhythm usage. Brown stated that the audio-lingual method was firmly grounded in linguistic and psychological theory. He added it is advocate conditioning and habit formation models of learning that were perfectly married with the mimicry drills and patterns practice of audiolingual methodology.
The last part is conclusion. This extensive memorization, repetition, and overlearning of pattern were the key to the method's success. As students often see immediate result, but it was also its weakness. It was discovered that language was not acquired through a process of habit formation. The method insisted on repetition and memorization of standard phrases, ignore the role of context and knowledge in language learning. As the study of linguistics developed, it was discovered that language was not acquired through a process of habit formation, and that errors were not necessarily bad. It was also claimed that the methodology did not deliver an improvement in communicate ability that lasts over the long term.